so we're going over, what is that, 1, 2, we're going over 3, 4 submissions today from side mount, clearing the guard from there. So it's not a traditional, it's not a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu pass at all. It's actually catch wrestling. So what I'm going to do, I'll walk you through it, and then JJ's going to end up doing it to me, which is really painful. So I'm going to control the head. I mean, a lot of these neck cranks you can't do in submission tournaments, so you could set that up. We'll do that in another video, how to get a couple neck cranks from this. But in and of itself, we're going to work it as a pass and then hit some submissions. And then if you have questions at this, let me know. But here we go. So I'm going to start in JJ's closed guard. Now we're done. Perfect. Okay, closed guard. Now, here's obviously center line. When I go to control the head, I don't want to come off at a 45. I need to come straight up. So as I control, my center line is on his center line from here. And then it doesn't matter which side you go to, but if you could control the head with your most predominant hand, which is most going to be everybody's right hand, that's going to be more, it's going to be more beneficial, more easy to get it going. So as I come up here, I control the head. Now, when I control the head, there's no space in there whatsoever when I hug the neck. So it's complete hangman. I'm here. Boom, I'm there. And I need to keep his shoulder blades flat on the mat. If I come off at a 45 and he gets up on his hips, if I shoot there, then he's gonna take my back. Pop that out, boom, there you go. So that is one reason why you need to keep center line and not at a 45. Because if this person's good, and I make that 45 instead of keeping his shoulder blades flat, he's gonna be on my back. And I'm fighting out of a bad situation. So keep his shoulder blades flat on the mat. So I'm here and I secure. Now from there, I'm gonna be dead leg. That's dead leg. My back leg right now, the hip is dead leg. I'm hip heavy. So I'm gonna creep. I'm gonna keep taking this until it starts being really difficult for him. And you'll feel that they'll wanna put their leg down. So one more time. So same center line. Center line, I control that neck. Now once I have it, when I sit through, I'm gonna control that leg, okay? Because they're gonna wanna be able to put this hip down. But if you control that leg, then they can't put that hip down, okay? So I'm gonna keep creeping. And you'll know when they don't wanna do this anymore, when it feels uncomfortable. So when you've got to that stage, when they don't wanna go anymore, when it's tightened, go one more little bit, okay? Then from there, all I'm gonna do, same thing, skin to skin. I don't go like this and then push down. Boom, skin to skin. Start pushing. And then as soon as I can, step it over. Now once I come to step over, bang, you're here. Grab inside the thigh from right there. Now if you notice, his shoulder blades are flat on the mat and I've got that arm control. So for him to take my back is not so much. Now from here, so we're gonna go a couple things. Same thing, skin to skin. I slide my hand up. Push this hand down, step over, boom. There's one, arm bar, okay? Two, say if I push it down, which JJ's strong, and I go to secure it, if he bends his arm, bang. Now I'm like, I don't have the arm bar anymore. Yeah, but there you go. But you have the shoulder lock, okay? So I push it down, trying to get the arm bar, he defends, stick it in, okay? Now, one, I have a wrist lock, which I wanna come forward. That's the wrist lock, okay? Two, if I lean back, that's the shoulder lock, okay? Then, another one to add to it. So my free hand, obviously. Now, if you notice, my leg's not gonna be like up here because my balance is not gonna be back here and it's easier for him to push me over. So be aware that this back leg this foot is behind you. If he tries to take you back, you're not going anywhere. Or if he tries to take you forward, you have that hand. Now, when I'm here, I'm not leaning back either. I wanna be on top of his head. So, another submission. So I have my free hand. I'm gonna slide it through under the chin. I grab my bicep. Now, with where you're gonna wear your watch, the small part of your arm is on its throat. All I'm gonna do is push this elbow to the mat. Boom. So, one more time. So I'm from this position. Boom, that's a tricep, okay? So his shoulder blades are flat on the mat. Skin to skin, slide it up, push down, step over with my hips, pry up, boom. Arm bar, okay? Now, if he's wise to it, wise and strong, I push down. Yes, he bends that arm because he doesn't want me to get that shoulder lock. I've got good base with the foot. Now, when I'm gonna lean forward as I crank back with this, and that's wrist lock. Now, if I pull back and open myself up, shoulder lock. Now we got another one. So my free hand. Now mind you, I'm keeping good with my base. My free hand, I come under the chin, grab my bicep, push down with the elbow. Boom, there you go. So now, we're gonna let JJ do this to me, but what this is from a closed guard, okay? We're staying center line, he's gonna come up and then work the pass. If you don't work the pass how you want to initially, it's all bad. So make sure you keep center line. Don't go off at a 45, and sure enough, don't go off at a 90, but keep the pressure. You wanna keep your opponent's shoulder blades flat on the mat. So here we go. So we have a closed guard, okay? JJ stays center line, good. Controls the head, now stay. If you notice, there's no space in here at all with the arm, okay? Now he works his pass, he's gonna grab my leg as he sits out. Good. There you go. Now when it gets uncomfortable, he's gonna shoot it up one more time, a little bit more. There you go, because I really want that leg out because this is not comfortable. He's got my hips bent. It's almost like a twister, essentially. My shoulder blades are flat on the ground, but my hips are turned. So it's very uncomfortable. So then he's gonna get rid of that leg and step over. As soon as it starts he knows he's gonna clear, he's gonna grab my hand, my arm at the tricep, pull it up, boom, come on this way. And now he's in a perfect spot right there. My shoulder blades are flat, he's got arm control, we're good to go. Skin to skin, step over. Arm bar. Now if he does that now, and when he goes to try to take that arm bar, I'm gonna bend my arm to take that pressure off the elbow. But now what I've done is he has a wrist lock. Now if you notice, turn this way, JJ. When he takes that wrist lock, he's making pressure over my face as he's turning in. Boom, that's the wrist lock. Okay, now now when he's hitting the shoulder lock, he's gonna do the same essential move with his hips, but he's gonna lean back a little bit. There you go, so that's the shoulder lock. And then from there, he's gonna do the choke. One more time, please, from the top.
More over here so I can see the wrist lock.
Where's this way?
Mm-hmm. No.
Oh, okay. Okay, close guard. Stay center line, keeps me flat, nice and tight around the neck. Dead leg. Boom. Now, on this one, it's uncomfortable. So as soon as you feel uncomfortable and you can't go, you're gonna go a little bit more. Oh, there you go. The leg, you're gonna secure it, skin to skin, pass it, step over, grab the tricep. It's very important. There you go. Now I'm stuck. Now, the same thing. I've got no space around my neck, and he's controlling my arm from there. So for me to try to turn in, it's not so much. I can move my hips a little bit, but I'm not taking my head or my torso out of this. So skin to skin, slide up, push down, step over. So that's the arm bar. Boom. Now if he does it again, or if he does it, and as soon as he gets there, I'm gonna bend that arm because I don't want that arm bar to happen. So now he's gonna pick up his hips and lean forward a little bit. That's the wrist lock. Now he's gonna do the same hip movement, but lean back, shoulder lock. And then from there, if he just wants to make it mean with it. Now, if you notice, JJ's choking me with the small part of his lower arm where he would wear a watch. Yeah, there. So he's gonna slide that in on the carotid. And boom. And now, as he's pushing down with that arm, he's also leaning forward with his torso. So it's a 2-in-1. Boom. Okay, last time. Woo. Good. Good. Good, JJ. And there, that's the wrist lock. And then he's got shoulder lock. Now he's going for the choke. Good, JJ. So, there you go on that one. Now, that pass is not a traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu pass at all, because they don't want you ever to attack from the guard. But like catch wrestling and sambo, stuff like that, for sure you're going to be attacking that neck. You can't do neck cranks in a lot of submission tournaments now, but you can still control the head and pass because you're not trying to submit them by doing pain compliance or cervical block or anything like that off of the spine. Now, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you need us to break down any part of this, if it's just one submission out of all of them, please let us know because we'll put it together. But for right now, if you have questions, if you have comments, please let us know. But for right now, if you didn't know,
Now you know.
thank you. That was good.